Hello everyone, it's New Year's Eve and I'm fixing some collard greens. Here's my collard greens. I cut off the root end of the stem and this is what I'm left with. Now this part right here is not good to eat. So what we're going to do is we're going to just pull all this off. Just grab a hold of it, pull it off. And we're going to lay it down there. And I'm going to go through this whole bunch here. And I'll show you how to cook them. Now, I like to do them like this. I like to just take the knife and cut the tough part out. See? That's easier for me. Some of them might not be as tough. Here's one that's not hardly as tough. But I'm still going to pull that out. And you have to cut them up. And they're going to make a really big pot full. But that's okay because they cook down. You may have to fill your pot up twice. I've got the biggest pot that we've got in the house, and I've got some here that is already pre-cut, but I wanted to show you both of them. So, and these were so pretty and green yesterday in the store, I just couldn't stand it without getting some. And they are really pretty. But now you're going to have to wash them like 3 times. You want to make sure that you cook you some collard greens. Because the old southern tale is, in our neck of the area, is if you eat collard greens on New Year's, it means you're going to get money. So we always eat them. We ain't never got any money, I don't reckon, but we're still waiting for it. So, there's not really a easy way for me to do this. I try both ends pulling this off. This is not my favorite job, but I do it anyway. So, I hope everybody's got New Year's Eve plans. Now, we'll eat these tomorrow. I'm just getting them all ready this evening, and I'm going to cook them a little. And I'm going to use some ham in them. I'm going to cube up some pieces of ham, and I'm going to use them. And some onion, chopped up, sauteed. Some garlic, chopped up, sauteed, and a little bit of sugar, and I don't know what else. I'll just have to think about it a minute because I don't use a recipe. And you can taste them when they get about done. See what they need in them. But I don't. Somebody was asking me yesterday how I knew how much to put, like in cornbread and a lot of the stuff I make. Well, I don't know. It's hard for me to try to measure and tell people. My grandma, she never did measure nothing, and Mother didn't either. Mother would measure a cake, wouldn't you, Mother? Yeah. She'd measure a cake. I don't know if Mommy ever measured anything. That's my grandmother. But that's just the way it is. Now, I will use a recipe if I'm making like a really specialized cake and candy, stuff like that. But just country cooking, don't use much of a recipe. And I've got a smoked ham that I'm going to cut off and cube up some of it to go in to flavor this. You've got to flavor it. You can use bacon, fat back, whatever you have, but it needs some meat flavoring. And this is, collard greens are a lot better after they've been frosted on. Takes out that bitter taste, but we're going to fix that bitter taste with a little bit of sugar. So, here we go. I'm just going to keep this up. And, so, I like a lot of garlic in mine, too. I like garlic in about everything. But I think I'm going to go, at this point, I'm going to wash these about 3 times in water. Wash them, rinse them. Well, when I say washing, I mean wash them with water. Put them in water baths about 3 times to get all the grit and everything off. Because you don't want to bite into something that tastes like sand. So I've got all these, and as soon as I get done with them, I'll be back and show you how to cook them once I get them all cut up here. But it's a good dish, and if you have a lot left over, then you just freeze them. And then you can heat them up, and they're fully cooked. All you have to do is heat them up. When you're making you a big pot of beans, pinto beans, navy beans, whatever you're making, you just drag these out of the freezer, heat them up, and they'll be good. So, but I'll be back with the second part here in a minute. And I'll show you how I cook them. You all have a safe New Year's Eve. And we love you all.